All right, Chris Hauser then, the Italian, going to be the first to drop, open things up here. And actually keep an eye on this first 15 seconds of track. It's super tech, straight off there into that dirt first turn, and an incredibly narrow alleyway. Some incidents on this big left here, and then cutting back across the street. The off-camber is insane into there.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and this first sector, Chris was only a 0.2 off of the win, off of our leader, so he definitely has the speed. I wouldn't be surprised if he pops this gap. Let's take a look. This is what we're going to be looking at all day.
It's from about there, and he didn't get it. He didn't go for it, no. But we think it's called the garage to garage gap, the pulp gap. We think it's worth around half a second. And there's another gap there, actually, if you're brave enough to do it. Hauser keeping the wheels on the ground like most will, and he's into this key section now.
Yeah, this is like we were talking about, key section. You see him swapping out a little bit.
Whoa, keep it on the straight there. Yep, left and right a little bit down there, but big between the stairs. There's not even a bike length of absolutely horizontal concrete everywhere that really upsets the bike.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and I think I kind of separate this track into a couple different sections. You have the top, which is technical in its stairs, but also really technical. Like outside there's a couple of different lines that you can go inside the tree or outside. The top is technical, middle is really about carrying speed, and this bottom part, as we're coming into, we call a MotoGP section. It's all about
no splits,
really getting the braking down, really being easy, because it's so difficult to keep traction on this stuff. You can see the shininess of the pavement.
Yeah, and now we come down into this big, long MotoGP section. You will see riders
back in slide.
Yeah, I was going to say you will see riders crash. Man, it's a high. It goes down just like that. It was the commentator's curse. I've never done it that badly. Oh, and Hauser goes down, and you're right, Elliot. We watched qualifying a minute ago. Always issues here on this MotoGP section, but look at the road, it's like dirty. There's been so much wind here this week.
Well, I think it's really interesting because this is Chris Hauser's first time here. You heard
Mike's
Sebastián
open, Chris.
Holguín, he talked about the temperature.
Your mic was open.
And so, like, because we're in a city, right, you have oil coming up through the ground, and like I mentioned, it's been really windy all week, so you have
going for the Lanuel.
I love it. The wind has actually blown a lot of dust on here, so can't really push too much more than you did in qualifying. I think we're going to see a lot of mistakes, and it's really going to be about who has the experience.
There you go. Hauser with a crash across the lineup, 229.7. So 14 riders now left at the top. It's going to be Sam Blenkinsop next in.
Lucas Borba actually has a little bit of a line right there. I'll point it out. He hops over that little dirt patch there. But that is what I'm talking about. That little thing has been there for so long, so many years. So it is really about the experience here at Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's so good.
He's a great rider, and limited practice for anyone who hasn't been here for year after year. I think this race run is probably their 4th run, about that. Yeah. 3 practice runs this morning. A little bit of the track, the staircase opened up last night for just 2 hours. Sam Blenkinsop then is your next rider to drop in. All the way from New Zealand on that zeroed bike. Brings fitness and brings unbelievable pace. A World Cup downhill winner back in the day, Blenky.
You know, and he actually cut his bars from 790 to 775 so he can fit through the doorways on this track.
I think that was probably the most wise decision he made this week. Yeah, through the front room then. Gets a pedal in the air as he comes out of there, sits down, and now heading down here. Will he do the gap to gap here?
Talk about the reaction time you have to have on this kind of stuff.
Like he rode through there, comes out early and finds himself a second into the red behind Christopher Hauser then.
Yeah, and I think for Blinky, it's going to be all about using the fitness. He didn't have that great of a key section or top in his qualifier, but I think he's going to want to use kind of that precision, that experience that he's had racing all of these years to really push on this lower section.
Yeah, nice and clean. Out of the lion staircase then, and losing 0.2 to Hauser in that key section. Wall ride, rider saying you can't attack that too hard. It's a little bit further down the wall than it was a year ago. Big gap now. Blinky squashing it perfectly.
Yeah, and he's just
look at
he
the power
has
of the
so
man.
much fitness. Look at that, tucking the elbow, trying to get as much real estate on the outside as he can, inside the tree.
Landing on the brakes here, trying to hold it tight and get up onto that curb there, onto those stairs. You might see some riders fall off the side of there, but I think it's far from ideal.
And you just see both the tires slightly sliding there, pedaling in the air, probably grabbing a gear.
Yep, landing back wheel past that landing as well. And now onto these super slick
I like
streets.
that.
That hop onto the curb's nice, though. Straightens that next turn out.
Oh!
The back end's gone. Has Blenky gone? He has. Blenky goes down as well. I thought he had.
I mean, it's the same as you would imagine in a car on a road. You're at the edge of traction, so as soon as you lose it a little bit.
Oh, and he was going good. Now only it's 0.6 now into the red then for Sam Blenkinsop. 50 over the 50k mark.
This MotoGP section, I think, is going to be our second key section, really. Second rider to go, second rider to crash in the same turn.
Yeah, that's right. Keep an eye on it then. Super slippery to tarmac this afternoon. Here comes Sam Blenkinsop, though, finishing his second ever street race. And he does go fast. It's a 2:28.3, 1.4 into the green. And the qualifying time there, all aiming for Sebastián Holguín with a 2:20.3, just a little over an hour ago now. So some way off that. We've got a way to come down towards that time yet.
This is it. So you could see right as he changed direction, kind of like normally on a regular downhill track or whatever, as you change direction, that you'll have traction. But here, wasn't really expecting that to go out. You know, he's really aiming for the apex of the turn where he's really putting the most pressure, but it just shows you how slippery that section is.
Okay, back to the top we go for Pedro Burns, a local man from Santiago, actually, a 2:24 for him in qualifying. A man who can do big things on the enduro bike, choosing a full downhill bike here though, I believe, today.
Yeah, he actually is riding an enduro bike with a downhill fork.
Okay.
Trying to get the best of both.
And that might be the ultimate bike, I think, for this setup, for these street races. Yeah, a lot more riders going that way. And Burns fires out of the house then and gets good pedal strokes. He's not scared about pedaling into a set of stairs, is he?
Yeah, he's looking for a 25 at this first split. That's good.
He's up, yeah.
Betters his qualifying time. He's really good at the bottom, so that's good to see him upping the pace at the top in this technical stuff.
That's right. So in the green then for Pedro Burns. There is a gap there that some riders may send. I think it was Velez, Sanchez that did it in last year's race.
They mentioned how just rough this key section is on that bike.
Horrible. And he comes out of it and doesn't manage to go fastest. Loses 0.3 then just in that key section.
That's right. I mean, that is definitely the trade-off you're making when you ride a smaller bike.
Hello, Chris.
All of that more technical stuff is going to be better on the downhill bike, and you're giving that up so you can really push on this lower stuff. 1.1 up after that second split.
Yeah, 1.1 then, so he loses a little bit of time. But 1.1 up then at split number 2 for him.
And I think we'll see if Pedro can actually be the first rider to complete a run.
Yeah, that's right.
Gets more and more slippery as the day goes on, as the concrete and asphalt heat up.
Yeah, fast on this MotoGP section then.
Sets up
carrying pace, getting down towards where they've been crashing out.
Good, you can see him braking all the way into there. Really easy on it.
Oh, nice. Tiptoes through there. That might be the way to do it.
I think, too, there's going to be...
Red flag. Red flag. I thought I saw one
too.
on the shark fin turn. So, interesting. No idea what has gone on here. The course has been shut. So, we are in the dark as much as you at home here.
Yeah, maybe it looks like something, maybe a fall in or no?
I have absolutely no idea. I don't think anyone does at the moment. We're waiting for some information on this, so bear with us, please.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I think more than ever when you're at an urban race, you might see maybe a red flag, and you really kind of need to keep going until you really get a good idea.
Yeah,
because,
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
All kind of things that can happen at these street races.
Rob for Chris. So we are still waiting for any confirmation of why Pedro Burns' run was halted there. He's going to be annoyed. He was doing all right on the. He was flying, absolutely flying.
I think he made it past all of the most, terrifying parts, to put it bluntly. Tons of fans out here.
Yeah.
Every time you come to Valparaiso, it's just crazy to see how many people are here. This race has been going for
What's the reason, Chris?
20 years.
Hello, Chris? Chris? Yeah, that's right. The oldest street race in the world since 2003. We've been coming here. And it's Tomas Slavik today, trying to stand alone as the most successful rider here of all time. If he wins, it would take him to 5 wins, 1 ahead of Philip Polk and Antonio Lever, who have 4 apiece, equaling Thomas at the moment. So, yeah, big day for him, but it's not been easy, right?
No, I mean, he had a crash in his last practice run. We kind of highlighted that, and I think that, like we were talking about, the level has gone up. So the place that he crashed at was what we call the garage-to-garage jump. It's 7.5 meters, and if you case it, there's they put a little bit of a ramp there. You have to go kind of over a driveway. He cased it just a little bit. He is on that smaller bike.
Yeah.
It blew up a wheel. I mean, and if you crash, that's actually where Roger Vieira yesterday kind of went off too. I mean, there's Slavik right there.
Can you hear me, Chris?
So he's looking pretty good. But yeah, like I was saying, he blew up a wheel on that. So I think today is really going to be about the mental battle for Tomas Slavik.
Yeah. And, the gap to gap at the top, the garage gap as we're going to call it, it's important, right? We know it's half a second. There's another gap a little bit further down that's been called the Velez gap, which is being called as a second, I've heard.
Yeah.
So there might be a second and a half on the top of this track.
Yeah,
He's your current leader at the moment. But, Slavik did win this race last year.
Yeah.
Oh, he went deep there.
And we will talk about that, too. There's so many places that are just minute differences. So that is one of the most important parts of the track, believe it or not. You really need to land at the very, very top of that landing, because that is your speed on that whale tail and then into the finish.
Yeah. Well, we're still battling to find any information on why Pedro Burns was stopped during his run there at the moment, but Sam Blenkinsop doesn't look too stressed in the hot seat.
I guarantee you he never imagined he would be in the hot seat at a Red Bull Cerro Abajo.
He's only done, the only other street race he did was in Les du Alpes last summer.
Right.
And that, in the French Alps, it doesn't resemble one in South America, Latin America, does it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I really loved it. It was so funny talking to him, because he was just like, man, I feel like I don't have the reaction time. Like, I'm used to doing gaps on a World Cup track, but when I come down here, I'm rattling around. I can't really get my bearings straight, and then I'm supposed to pull. I think that there is such a unique skill set that you need to go faster.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. And I feel like I'm taking my hat off to the bravery of any European riders that are brave enough to come down here and take on the South Americans. Course on hold. This is Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo, round 2 of the series. We're in Chile, about an hour outside of Santiago here, and there is a course hold. Unfortunately, we are still trying to find out the exact reason why. But bear with us. Racing will be underway again shortly.
Yeah, and Rob, I always kind of wonder how these riders train. I mean, it's interesting to think about that they actually go to places to find stairs. You came in a little bit early.
I came in straight from Hardline, Red Bull Hardline, Tasmania. Yeah, so I was here Monday evening. I was at a set of stairs just outside Santiago.
And all the riders were just there.
A lot of them were there. Thomas was there, and Roger was there, and it was, they know.
Yeah.
They know where the good stair sets are in Barcelona, and they know where the good stairs are when they come here. But the difference is that the European riders, the difference is the South American riders, this is almost what they do. And you know what I mean? None of the European riders have a heritage
Right.
They didn't grow up riding stairs.
Right.
That's how it is.
Yeah. I mean, and I think it's incredible. Just how it works, right, with the geography where you have these cities that have this massive amount of elevation. Think of, we talked about earlier, the urban legend, Marcelo Gutierrez from Colombia, Sebastián Holguín from Colombia, Juan Velez from Colombia, Felipe Agurto from Chile. And so I think that it really shows not only that they ride on the dirt, but they grow up riding in the street as well.
Okay, well, let's go down to Laura, who's with our leader.
Sam, currently in the hot seat, the race have just started, but tell us how it's been your ride.
As you've seen, I obviously crashed, but yeah, I just wanted to have a smooth run because I hit my arm in my qualifying run, and I thought I might have broken it, but the team at the top of the hill did magic, and I was pumped up, so I just felt good. And then obviously there was some dirt or dust must have blown on, and I just rode easier than I did in my qualifying and just slid. So that's all she wrote, and then just waved to the crowd. Cheers.
Yeah, exactly what we've seen, that there has been a lot of crashes today. Sorry.
Yeah, I think because of the wind, and now it's more hot, so our tyres are more soft, so they slide, and yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully everyone else can have a clean run. Obviously bad for Pedro with something blowing off a roof, but yeah. Hopefully we can get the race underway very soon.
And you have your smile in the face. That's nice.
Yeah, it was all fun. It was cool to see all the fans screaming. Obviously, even if you crash, everyone's still loving it. So it's yeah, we're here for the fans pretty much, and this is probably one of the coolest races I've ever been to. So it's awesome.
Sam, let me ask you, what's your favorite for today?
Who's my favorite to pick? Obviously, well, it could be anyone, man. Whoever stays on and has a safe run, but yeah, we'll see.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, getting the clarity from Sam Blenkinsop there has been sounding like something's blown off a roof. So racing, as soon as they can get the debris off the track, we believe will be underway again. Of course, on hold then. Yeah, it's been a very, very windy week here. We're a little bit earlier this year than we normally come down here. And here is Sam Blenkinsop's run, the man leading at the moment. Although it did look like Pedro Burns would take the lead.
Yeah, definitely. But I think, like Sam was saying, he really was feeling good. He is a racer. He has so much experience. He knows how to kind of find that next gear once the finals clock is on. Yeah, and I think
Blenky has charged down mountains all his life. Never won quite like this, though.
I know. And there's a gap. It's even hard for us to pick out. We'll have to pick it out as soon as
if we see someone do it. Yeah.
I guarantee Roger Vieira is going to do that gap.
I think so as well. Yeah, well, let's look forwards to that then. That's right. Vieira with a great qualifying run as well into second place.
I mean, you heard Sam talk about the heat on the surface, but also the heat in the tires. So all of these riders are going to be running a lot higher pressure.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, the whole bike setup's different.
Yeah.
Tomas Slavik runs 330 PSI in his rear shocks. You know, that's not an e-bike.
That's crazy.
It's an insane. That is insane. And, you know, as we said when I was watching him practice in Santiago, he was like, try it, sit on it.
Yeah.
It didn't move.
Yeah.
I put the lockout on. It felt like it moved. It didn't move before. It might have moved slightly less with a lockout on. Like the bikes.
This is that mistake right there.
Oh! Backend's gone as Blenky got it out. Blenky goes down.
I think one of the other things to notice is, I mean, on these roads, they're slightly cambered, right? The middle of the road is slightly higher.
Yeah.
So you're gonna, if you set up wide, right, you get a better entry into the turn, but it's also off camber. So that's something to kind of like think about.
50 over to 50. That's right, and like you say, like stiffer suspension.
Yeah.
Much harder tyres, 40 PSI on those tyres. You know, I guess a lot of people riding mountain bikes run 20 PSI, so double that. Like, the tyres are super hard. You can barely push your thumbs into them. It doesn't give you great grip.
No.
It works well on stairs.
Yeah, it works well on stairs.
But when you're looking for traction, not so much. So there's compromises made in setting these bikes up, that's for sure. But there is Sam Blenkinsop to the bottom. And of course, on hold, we have been told some debris has blown off a roof onto the track, so we just need to get that cleared away and racing will resume. But yeah, we're a bit early, and the winds have been insane actually yesterday during practice, and it can funnel down through.
You can actually see the flags right there at the kind of the top of the screen. Luckily, most of it has been a tailwind, so the rider's not really worrying about it too much.
Okay, well, let's go down to Laura, who's with Chris Hauser.
Chris, we saw you also crushing the same than Sam, even in the same place. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got it not to make it to the end without crashing, but it is what it is. I was on a good run, but yeah, just happens sometimes, and it's part of the game. But thankfully, I'm all healthy, just a bit bruised up, but it's fine.
And how do you control all the adrenaline to go back and finish the race?
I mean, I don't really know. Everything just turns up when I cross the start gate. So it's not really much to think about. Just make it to the bottom as fast as you can.
How has been the track? You crashed in the same place than Sam did. Did you see this, that it was slippery already in the training sessions and also in the qualifying?
Well, I knew it was slippery and easy to crash in that place, but I don't know, it was just a little more slippery than practice, so there must have been some dirt on the gravel, or yeah, I don't know. It just happened.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, a good run for him, a 2:29. But another rider crashing out. So let's have a look at his run. This is a replay of Chris's run from earlier, the Italian stallion.
And you can see this right there, Blinky holding that a lot tighter.
You don't want to be all the way out there by the barriers, do you?
No.
There's no advantage to that whatsoever.
It's so hard to keep the speed. That was where we saw Felipe Agurto make the mistake last year that cost him the win. But yeah, I mean, Chris Hauser came up under the Union team, which kind of brought up Ollie Zoir, Lockie Stevens-McNabb. Chris had some really good World Cup results this past year. I mean, 16th at Worlds, getting kicked.
He got a little bit buckaroo down there, didn't he? Huh?
If you get kicked at the top of the stairs, I mean, look, it's still going. It's still going now. That's just
they're so steep, right? You can't believe how steep they are.
Oh, for sure. And just riding the bull like the whole way down.
I don't. If you mistime that, that's not a good feeling.
No.
Nope. The Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo track is. I love this track that we've come back to. Last year after an absence of like 10, 11 years, because to me this is street race track. Like, it's nuts. Basically, they turn left at the top before they go into the house, and it's not far off a straight line. I mean, there's a few bends, but you know what I mean. It's like it really, it's high speed, high risk.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? It's 1.65K and a 230-meter drop.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that this is one of the most technical sections. Like, you just saw his back end go out.
Yeah. And that's exactly where Juan van Velez, the absent series champion, crashed a year ago. Do you think you need to be careful about getting into the gutters, to the very, very edges of the track, because that seems to be where the dust sits, and if you turn out of there and it starts sliding, it's over.
For sure. I mean, I think that it's really interesting to see the mistake by both Blinky and Chris. So Chris was putting the most pressure right in the apex of the turn, but unfortunately, right in the apex of the turn, you have that little dirt spot where they haven't filled it in with asphalt. So that's what cost him that made him crash. And then Blinky again, like, kind of putting a little bit too much pressure right at the beginning, and maybe it's heated up some or some dust, like you said. But it's so technical, right? Like that is kind of what we're talking. It's not as easy as just kind of hitting the brakes and going around it. You really, really have to be deliberate about where you're putting your pressure, where you're putting your weight, where you're turning in.
And I feel like it's much harder to gauge exactly how fast you're going. You know, there's a lot less reference points. Like we grew up riding dirt, right? I mean, you've raced here. Did you find it hard to learn? How is it turning up here, right? I know it was a little while ago for you, but the feature's probably much the same. It's got to be
crazy.
Is it terrifying? Let's be honest.
I've never been more nervous in my life, because exactly like you said, you learn to ride a bike and you get so much experience on what is my bike going to do on dirt. Even though you have these, there's Pedro Burns warming up for his second run.
Warming down or warming up? I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, you just have so much experience riding on dirt that when you come here, the traction is different, the bike reacts different, you know, your bike is set up completely different. So I think that's why we see, you know, there's Lucas Borba in the background there. That's why we see these specialists who are also starting to do amazing on the world stage at the World Cup.
That's right, absolutely. So Pedro Burns back at the top. He will take to the start again as soon as we can clear the track. Usually it's dogs. It's much different. It's roof debris. We don't even know what it is.
You know what, though? There is some. When you walk the track and you look up, you're just like, okay, maybe I'll just look straight. I don't want to see. There's a little, maybe a terrace that's held up by a couple of boards, and I think that's what makes this place so cool. Is, you know, it's the culture, it's the scenery, it's
there's no place like it, right? It's like an unbelievable kind of place to be. Yeah, amazing through the back streets, all the paint, the art everywhere, the UNESCO World Heritage Site, of course. And Twin City, strangely enough, with Genova in Italy, where we started this series.
You know, when we went last year, I kind of felt that. You know, they're both port cities.
They look almost identical from the top. It's crazy. That's right. Okay, well, we're going to go down to Laura, who is with a fast German who's going to be a bit gutted not to be in the finals today.
Johannes, how are you? Unfortunately, we don't have you in the final, but how's been this run in the Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo for you?
I mean, honestly, I'm a bit sad, of course. I could not do the qualification. I've been 16th, 0.2 seconds off the qualification. I already had some crazy stuff in the training, had 2 crashes, a broken wheel, everything, and I was a little bit off the pace. I wanted to make the final somehow. 7 weeks ago I broke at home at the training, my collarbone was out really for 5 weeks, and feeling a bit weak, also from the confidence, but I came here to make the final, but the guys pushing so hard, it's crazy.
But being so close and telling us that you were with your broken collarbone just a few weeks far from today, does it make you confident for maybe the next goals coming up?
It makes me confident because the time to the top 5 was just 2 seconds off, and on the track about over 2 minutes, 2 seconds is okay. But of course I'm sad, I fly to South America, not to qualify is a bit a shame.
You are a winner of Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo. You know how is it to win it. Who is your favorite for today?
Wow. Honestly, I think that Slavik can pull a run out, really. Like, he had a bad crash also in training, did the quali safe, and I think if he is really on it, he can do it.
We will see. Thank you very much. See you next year. Thank you.
And that is going to shake things up in the overall standings, of course. Fishback having a brilliant ride at round number 1. Yeah, came in here second in points. So a shake-up for him. Broken collarbone in December, though. Saying actually he's been riding a little bit, only back on the bike 10 days, and after the first run down the stairs he was like, I thought I was all good, but it's pretty sore now, so yeah, maybe Fishback feeling it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's so hard to come back from injury, and especially here where you need the strength to be precise, right? Like the whole way down the track, you're playing with inches on either side of your handlebars. So if you don't have that strength, you're trying to do these gaps. You know, your shoulder gives out a little bit, reduces the stability.
And also, I think it's fair to say that you need absolute confidence to charge. Into these. Okay, well, Brooke MacDonald now is down with Laura. He had a big crash in practicing. Let's go down to Laura, who's with the Bulldog now.
Brooke, come with me. Unfortunately, we are seeing a lot of crashes today, but we would like to know how it's been your experience, your qualification, your experience of this Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo.
Yeah, I mean, not a great start for me this morning. I think third turn I crashed and put my hand down on a bit of wood and just bruised the palm of my pinky. So trying to hold on was very hard. But honestly, this place is insane. The people, the vibe. You have to be so on to be able to put a proper race run together. And I'm excited to see what these guys do. These guys are honestly so crazy. And yeah, I think, you know, if I was to try to do that, I would definitely need to be 100% focused and confident, and I don't have that right now. So yeah, I'm excited to see these top guys put down a fast run, and yeah, gonna be good.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you.
Well, great to see Brooke MacDonald here enjoying his street racing. And almost unbelievable that he is here after a massive crash actually just a week ago at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. So, Pedro Burns, lucky number 13 for him on his second run here. Hopefully, he was on fire on that first run, smashing all the splits, firing himself up to go again. Not easy, Elliot, right?
Oh, God.
This is so unfortunate for him. He was way ahead on the clock.
I would think that on a race run of this caliber, you really are trying to push the limit, find the limit to where you can only do this run maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
And he got a 25.8 at this first split. I think that this is, we're going to see what kind of mindset he's in. Can he actually improve? Was there any mistakes that he wanted to fix? And can he get back into that mindset, into the flow?
Okay, Chilean flag blowing in the wind, pick it up a little bit here, it looks like this afternoon now. Later in the day it does tend to.
And I'm actually glad that, you know, the viewers are getting to see this is what it feels like. This is like the tension that you feel as a racer before you drop in, you know, going through the run one more time in your head, trying to get yourself pumped up, trying to, especially after on a rerun situation, you know, you had plenty of scary moments on the way down, putting that stuff out of your head, making sure you're in the right gear.
That's right. A sixth place for him at round one in Genoa as well. His fourth time here in Valparaiso. He avoided this one for a long time, considering he lives an hour away in Santiago. Let's see what Pedro Burns can do then on this second run. Unfortunately, stopped by debris, we believe, falling off, being blown off a roof. Oh, dragging himself along the side of that corridor, still on the pedals.
So far, so good. Looking maybe even a little bit better than his first run.
Yeah, I mean, once he gets in, if he's not physically tired, then maybe the nerves are gone and he might even ride even looser and faster this time. Onto the pavement he goes. Blenky with that 26.3 through here.
And there we go. Makes up 0.5 on his previous run. Incredible. So
Pedro is delivering then. He used the first as a practice, and this is brilliant. I didn't expect to see this into this key section now. Hauser the fastest, 13.2. Oh.
And that was even only 0.2 off of Sebastián Holguín's first split.
There you go. So he is absolutely flying here then, Burns. Got the grip between his teeth. We haven't had a Chilean winner here since 2022. That was Pedro Ferreira, and the crowd would like to see that again.
Yeah, definitely. Not quite the key section he had in the first run. But Pedro's been riding a ton of road.
Oh, but look at the big clock. Over 2 seconds into the green then for Pedro Burns. Those other riders having issues further down, so it's going to be a big run.
Exactly, and this is where I would expect him to make up the most time, is in this bottom part. Lots of pedaling.
That's right, comes from the Enduro World Series. You've got to be super strong. Loads of pedaling in that as well.
Oh, perfect through there.
Oh, textbook, uses all of that landing as well.
See him put his head down, tuck the legs in, try to get as much aero as he can through here.
He carried amazing speed out of there, didn't he?
And here we go. Let's see if he can navigate this right-hander.
He was pretty perfect through here last time. Takes his time, gets on those pedals early.
Yeah, holds it tight right through that right-hander.
So difficult to gauge because once the tyre, he's up by 5.5 then. Those previous two riders, remember, both crashing in that section, nearly 60 kilometers an hour through the speed trap. I wonder if that is because of a tailwind coming down the mountain.
That's right, yeah.
It's much quicker than we've seen in other years. So Pedro Burns then now on this last straight, all he can do is absolutely bury himself. And he's going to go fastest by a big margin. Burns goes across the line, 7.2. That's given the fans something to shout about.
Amazing.
2:21 is the time to beat. And that is a great run. Holguín was a 2:20.3 in qualifying, so he's definitely in touch.
That is a really great run from Pedro. That would have put him third in qualifying. That's exactly what you want to see.
Yep, stepping up then on that rerun. Not easy to do.
No.
Had to go back to the top, settle himself down, get back in the zone for one all-out run again, and he did it. Brilliant riding from Pedro Burns. Great to see.
Definitely on for his best result. Best result here so far is 8th.
And look at that. 4 wins for Tomas Slavik, none for Felipe Agurto. Can the Chilean turn that around here today?
I mean, Slavik 13 years on Felipe, but the hit rate on Tomas Slavik is just incredible.
Yeah, you're right there. And here he is then. A massive crash before qualifying for Tomas Slavik.
We're going now.
5, 4,
What
3.
condition is he in for this finals run? Going for a historic 5th win here then. He would stand alone if he can do it. Scrapes up against that wall, loses the front there. Oh, does well to hold on to it.
I mean, you're trying to clear your tires off of that dust as soon as you go through there. Oh, a little bit messy from Tomas. He needs to get back into the flow.
Coming down towards the gap now where he crashed out earlier today. First time he ever did it was last night. Does he send it?
No.
Rode through it, and he's still in touch. Just half a second off, and he didn't do it on his way to winning last year, importantly.
That's right.
Oh, fast off there. On that 180 travel bike, should make these stairs a little better for him.
Tomas is pushing for it. I mean, we don't normally see him make these little bobbles, but I think he wants this so bad.
And once he's out of the bottom of this stair section, I do believe the rest of the track is where he'll really attack now. Oh, and he goes third. 0.42. He loses in that key section. But look at the power this man can put down, and look how he squashes jumps. I'm not sure anyone does it better.
I mean, God, that is
But
crazy.
he's outside at 0.27 now, so pulls a little bit back.
I mean, that's exactly what we would see from this bike choice. So loses 0.5 on the key section, but makes up 0.2 in the split.
That's right, and this bike will pay dividends now from here on down that short travel enduro bike. Remember though, it was this sector 3, where Slavik was super slow actually last year.
But look at how tight he holds the turns.
Yeah, and he won't give himself the benefit of taking it easy through here today like he did last year, that's for sure.
Watch this back in. See if we see any slides, any slips.
Whistling through there gently, on tiptoeing on the brakes, holds it tight. That gives him a good line into this left as well. Slides on the way out, that looked quick.
He loses the curve, but this has to be a masterclass in how to go around those turns.
Oh, he's up by 2.1. It's massive then from Slavik. And that will only extend down here, I believe.
Using the brakes in the turns to get as much traction as he can. Lands high, exactly where he needs to.
He's perfecting now. It's going to be a drag race to the bottom. That bike will be fully locked out. He can lock the suspension on it. And here comes the powerhouse. 2,000 watts of power in those legs. Last turn for Tomas Slavik. He's going to have a long sit in that hot seat, I think. Slavik crosses the line and goes fastest. 2:18.3, smashes the qualifying time. That was a run, Elliot. Wow.
Smashes the qualifying time. Smashes his previous winning time from last year by half a second on what I would say is a slower track.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, if Tomas Slavik has only ever got one run in him, it's always finals run. A man who now has to put everything behind him. What a competitor.
You know, I talked about some of the, like a little bit of the bobbles up at the top, but I think that that is what you have to do when you ride the smaller bike. Look at how much travel he has in the front compared.
He pedaled as he squat.
Crazy.
He pedaled as his front dropped. That's insane.
This section, this MotoGP section, is like you see him not moving, right? You can't make any sudden movement. I think that's where Blinky kind of got off, is those sudden movements, and every direction change that Slavik made, so precise, so slow, so he doesn't upset the bike.
It's really that critical. You've got to be that precise. Yeah. Well, 4th place in the Cerro Abajo series in 23, but more importantly, the winner of Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo this race in 2024, the only Brazilian to ever win here, and he is capable of doing it again.
Yeah.
Let's see then what Lucas Borba can do this afternoon. 3rd here last year as well. He is one of the big dogs of street racing. Running a downhill bike as well. So Borba on track then. And nicely around that first little right and cleanly into that corridor. Oh, fast.
Saw him actually lock up the back wheel into that, trying to brake slide to get as far inside as he could.
I think he's going to be super quick on this first split. Let's see what it tells us.
Yeah,
had hard on the pedals down.
Really, really fast time in qualifying. I think he does the gap. Let's see. Does it?
Yeah, he does, and he's up by 0.6 nearly then. So Lucas Borba now firing at Tomas Slavik, sat in that hot seat, hard on the brakes, the bedrock coming through there. There's a gap here, didn't send the Velez gap. So there is time to be made there if anyone's brave enough to do it.
And that gap at the top, you can see how little his bike is unsettled up there, and that's why we say that gap is so fast.
And there he goes, back on the pedals on this straight now. Wall ride, perfect off there. Everyone's saying you can't hit that too hard.
And Lucas had a really good bottom, so if he can keep it up.
Yeah, into the red now by 0.3. That's right, loses a second in Sector 2. Wow, interesting.
Nice off of there.
And holds it tight in there as well. Gets those pedals all the way along that.
But you could tell the speed that Slavik had compared to Lucas just around that. I mean, you called it out. All the way out by the curb.
Into the gutter there, giving himself absolutely every chance he could. And Borba can pedal, but I'm not sure anyone really can match Slavik on the pedals, especially on that shorter travel bike.
And watch what Lucas does through this turn. Hops. Did you see him hop over the dirt there so he didn't get that slide like everyone else?
And he looks super quick through that left. The next split will tell us. Slavik's time has gone by though. Oh, 1.5. I think that shows us just how quick Slavik was in Sector 3 this year.
I mean, that MotoGP section was just incredible.
And he's a little bit off him on the kilometres an hour as well. So Borba, it's been a great run. It's not going to threaten the time of Tomas Slavik though. Oh, hard pedal. Slavik running a 38 tooth front chainring so he doesn't spin out on these big straights. Here comes Borba and he goes in a second place, but 2 seconds into the red. So 10 to go here. If you just joined us, 10 riders left at Red Bull Cerro Abajo Valparaiso. Tomas Slavik has just come down. He set the pace with a 2:18.3. That man, Lucas Borba, goes into second.
And here's that, look at the graphic there. So we made up a little bit of time on in that first sector with that gap. I would say that is worth probably about half a second, but that Sector 3 is just crazy fast.
Yeah,
from Slavik.
And he was slow there last year. It's like, he's like, I'm not giving a second away again.
No.
This year, well, he knew he probably can't,
and
right?
And that's that hop, right? That's
that.
crazy. I mean, it shows you micromanage just right inside the dust there. You're micromanaging everything.
That was insane.
Right on the edge of traction everywhere.
They're into the details on these street races, huh? Hopping little patches of dirt on tarmac turns. A good run for Lucas Borba. Another rider, though, probably not happy unless he's taken the win here this afternoon, I think.
I mean, yeah, 2024, he did take the win. He won qualifying and the race.
That's right. Harry Molloy now from Tunbridge Wells in the south of the UK, now living in Italy, actually, residing there. And a man who can as well, a great World Cup career, been great at Red Bull Hardlines as well, and even finding himself some time for some street racing.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the riders, downhill rider, riding those wider bars.
And had some top 10 finishes at Red Bull Hardline as well. Let's see what he's got, though, on the tarmac, on the streets. There's your upcoming riders. Heading down towards the gap. Oh. Did he go for it or not? I'm not sure. Fires out. Half a second off then. Oh, carrying good speed over the top of there.
And that's why I would expect Harry to excel anytime he gets on a little bit of dirt.
Yeah, that's true. The only bit of the track that felt familiar to him.
And he had a really, really good key section in his qualifier. Doesn't surprise me at all.
No, that's right. Hauser still the fastest, that 13.2. Molloy 0.4 off then. Slavik losing a little bit of time in there as well.
There is time.
Yeah, there is time. That's correct. But I think anyone who wants to beat him, it feels to me like it's going to have to 0.6 now for Harry. It's going to have to be somewhere close at that split number 2, right?
I would say maybe even up at that
Well,
split.
I didn't want to say it, but that's what I thought. It's true.
And that is the section I think that is almost the most important. Really having to get on the brakes. Riders talking about how you come off the Bismarck drop a little bit faster than normal. Harry airing it out off the top of the shark fin.
Nice and clean though, right off the top. Do those shark fins, if you stay lower, and I mean lower I'd imagine is faster, is it more difficult? Do you buy yourself more time to set up as you go if you ride the top lip?
Well, I think the hard part about staying low is your suspension gets compressed. It really wants to rebound you out.
Really.
Lots more micromanaging to make sure you don't get the kick.
3.2 into the red now for Harry Molloy. That's right, yeah. So it is riskier to go lower.
Yeah, definitely.
And riders, mad to see riders braking up that ramp there.
Yeah, very good through that. It's really difficult to keep speed through that shark fin. Harry doing a good job there.
Yeah, and I think that shark fin's actually, it's a pretty difficult feature with what, you know, if you overjump coming into it and then you have to pull through it, we see riders getting in all sorts of trouble. Yeah. Oh, Molloy's showing us just how big that gap is out of the flower shop. Goes fourth, but it is, you need to be moving. You can't see it from that angle, but it's a long, long way to gap down on that finish line drop down.
First run here from Harry. Look at this. You see downhill riders actually kind of move the back in left and right. Helps them slow down, helps them kind of anchor in. You don't usually see them braking, you know, in a straight line. Harry almost perfect technique there, weighting the outside foot, elbows up, back on the pedals. And this is that, so he gets a good pump.
So easy to land deep there, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's so hard as a rider because you're coming into there so fast and you really don't want to brake.
And it's completely blind over the top of it.
You have to brake though, you have to get to the top of that landing, and Slavik did such a good job of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty textbook from Tomas Slavik down there. Absolutely amazing to see him. Again, put a lot of adversity on his way to this finals run. Get in the hot seat, Thomas, come on. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, back to the top then for Alex Marin now from Barcelona in Spain. And a great 10th place at round 1, a 9th here in qualifying. We're in at the top 10 qualifiers now. Let's see what he can do. A man who also comes from the World Cup of Downhill. At an 8th place, no easy feat to get in the top 10 of one of those. So some mad speed then from the Spanish fella. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, Alex has had experience in pretty much every discipline of mountain biking and really kind of coming into his own in these urban races.
Yes, that's right. Maybe he's found his niche. I love the way the riders just pedal. That is so steep, that road down there.
Looks fast.
Yeah,
so
he
far.
does. Oh, I don't think he went for the gap.
Oh!
See riders get kicked. It's a beautiful exit there, though. And he's up by 0.2, so a mad top section from him. Incredible.
Carrying so much speed into these stair sections, which is really difficult. Getting sideways, holds it in.
On the railing there. Gets it straighter again now. You can see just how narrow it is. Not much more width than the handlebars there for him. And he goes. Loses nearly a second in there, surprising.
And he had to touch the brakes as soon as he, started getting a little bit wild. If he wouldn't have kind of touched the brakes, would have either hit the side or wouldn't have been able to carry as much speed at the end.
Would have been looking for a dentist. 0.23 now back then, so the advantage is gone for Marin.
And without that mistake, I mean, he would have maybe had that advantage that we were talking about.
Cleanly out of the Bismarck. Look, pedaling again along here as well. These riders attacking everywhere, It's great to see.
These small stair sets are actually some of the more difficult ones.
Pulls hard off that shark fin, keeps it low, and look at the aggression of the man.
Yeah.
He's burying himself then, sprinting hard in this MotoGP section.
Lots of aggression, so let's see if he can rein it back for this section.
He didn't get up on that curb there. Through the dirt he goes, you can see the puff of dust. And decides just to use the bank. I mean, that looked fast. It was the safest way through that turn.
It is actually the safest way. That it's super slippery there.
But it's no good. Loses more time, 1.6 now.
The thing that you give up is that right-hander. You're not carrying as much speed onto this long straight. So I would expect him to lose a little bit of time in this last split.
Well, he was 1.6 back at split number 3 then, Alex Marin. Perhaps another little mistake in that last plaza as well, but still pedaling on down to the line. That time of Tomas Slavik is safe though. Alex Marin across the line. He goes in a fourth. 2:22.1. And Slavik, sigh of relief there.
I mean, it's a great run from Alex. I mean, the top key section, really good. I mean, would have probably been up without that mistake in the key section.
I agree. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Brilliant.
Look at that. I mean, just really comfortable on the bike. Let's see what we've got right through this key section. And then these kind of stairs like that, it's really difficult to get your wheels on the ground. Rob, you were saying riders kind of on purpose casing the top of the stair sets.
Well, that's what Thomas told me when I was practicing in the week. I said, I can't believe how smooth you're coming in, landing into a flight of stairs. And he said, actually, you don't land into them. You need to land with your front wheel on top of the first one, right? He said it's way smoother than landing into the stairwell. And he learns it off Velez, he said as well. Yeah. But I mean, I think Velez is probably the guy to look to for how to ride stairs really, really fast. And the speedy recovery, that man. Okay, Gabriel Giovannini, a man who has been impressing us in practice, I think it's fair to say, Elliot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and he had an incredible top at the in qualifying. Looked at him through practice at this top section and just really, really precise, really calm, really strong.
Yeah, exactly that. Everything you need to be. You don't really want to be getting too erratic in these street races because it goes fast wrong. Yeah, it goes wrong fast. Look how quick he is down there and he's up. Oh, no way! Oh my goodness me!
He is going for it.
That was crazy. Nearly a second into the green.
It's actually faster than anyone from where he got wild until right there. So
that was
shows you exactly why that happened.
And can he keep that momentum then through this key section? Now that was absolutely as loose as it gets. Wow. It goes fastest in the key section too, so.
That is exactly what I was looking for. I mean, he was 0.9 in his qualifier off, and he is ramping it up. He needed a little bit of work on the MotoGP section.
2.6 up. Oh, this has got to have Tomas Slavik nervous now then. That's a huge margin.
That's a huge margin, but that is exactly what we were saying. He needs that cushion. He's on the downhill bike.
Yeah.
We saw how good Slavik was here, so it's going to be close. It's going to be really difficult. He really has to be perfect through here.
He does. You're right. 3 seconds, though. 2.6 seconds. It is a big margin. Cleanly off there as well. He comes from Brazil. He's been national champion in downhill and in enduro there as well. So the fitness you would think would be there.
Yeah, definitely. He's got the fitness.
Look at that.
He's been here. He knows the lines. Let's see how he navigates this.
He
really
came in there
nice.
Fast. Maybe tighter on that one, but it doesn't matter because he runs it up into the dirt there as well.
And he got caught. He got slowed down. The dirt actually kind of grabbed him.
1.05 then, so loses a lot of time in there, about 1.5 seconds in that sector. And now, can he keep it going down here?
It's going to be close.
It's going to be super close. Remember, Slavik, no one more powerful, and on that enduro bike that does pedal better, he keeps it locked out.
Oh, he's digging deep. You can tell, pedaling all the way good.
Oh, he didn't sit down there though, Giovannini. What's it going to be? A 218 he needs. Here it comes. He goes fast as. Giovannini takes the lead for Brazil. Incredible. What a run from Giovannini. Incredible stuff, Elliot. Yes. Great stuff from the Brazilian.
That is a run.
That is a run.
That is exactly the type of run. Look at this. Look at that.
That was insane.
He didn't even flinch. He didn't even flinch.
I did.
Oh my goodness. He was locked in.
We flinched.
Oh my goodness. That is an incredible run. That top sector from him was crazy.
That was actually bonkers, wasn't it? Huh? And the chance of a fifth win, a record-breaking win, a record fifth win for Tomas Slavik is now gone.
Look at that. Let me translate. I almost died at the top. Almost died. Talked to Gabriel right before the start. He said, I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling so strong. I've decided which gaps I'm going to do, decide which gaps I'm not going to do.
Wow. Well, that might have personified what street racing is all about. Felipe Agurto, he's been second here the last 2 years. He is the big hope for today for Chile. He's upcoming in a few riders' time as well. If we go back to the top now, 7 riders left. Daniel Castellanos, another man from Spain, a young man doing big things on the World Cups, actually riding into the top 20 in a final last year in a downhill World Cup race. No easy feat these days, Elliot.
No, I mean, he is. He's so young. He's got so much kind of career ahead of him, and I actually like that he's riding these Cerro Abajo races to get well-rounded.
And looking at what he does, he races everything he can all over the world, actually. 0.2, so quarter of a second off there. Very much in touch then at this split number 1.
Had a great top in qualifying, and I mean, he's only 0.2 off of Giovannini.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. So let's see what he can do then through this key section. He's going to have to get on the brake, off the brakes, if he can catch Giovannini through here though. 13.1.
I mean,
and he does lose some time, nearly a second yet.
You can tell the speed at the bottom of that key section that Giovannini had, and you can actually tell how much speed he carried out just by what the wall ride looks like. Kind of a visual difference between him and Daniel here.
And he's going to be more time back still. Not too bad, just over a second into the red then for Castellanos.
Yeah.
Fast up onto the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Now Bismarck onto that pavement as well.
A second ahead of where Slavik was, so.
Yeah, that's right. That shows you just how quick he is going.
Yeah.
But that run by Gabriel Giovannini was something else.
Yeah, super good around the shark fin.
Can he become the second Brazilian ever to win in Valparaiso today? That is a great time. A 2:18 is what everyone's aiming for.
And let's see how he navigates the MotoGP section. Gets on the brakes.
Yeah. He did. Cautiously, it looked to me.
Yeah, he's
into that right-hander and probably going to lose a little bit more time. I think other riders have risked more through those turns.
That's exactly
right. He does go red more into the 2 seconds now.
I mean, you have to be. It's such a balance. That's a perfect example of, what it means to take risk.
And he goes deep there, and he's going to have to pull hard. He makes it somehow. But if you don't land on that down slope, you lose that drive.
Like we were talking about, you don't want to brake as a racer, but sometimes you have to.
It's so difficult, though, isn't it? Even in a race run, you need to. You've done it all in practice, but you're always tempted to let it run and make a mistake. 4th place then for Castellanos. 2.5 seconds off.
Good run from him.
6 riders left to drop. If you just joined us, it's Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo. I'm Rob Warner alongside Elliot Jackson. They're coming thick and fast. Half a dozen left at the top, and it's Gabriel Giovannini who leads at the moment at 2:18, the fastest time of the weekend. They're smoking that time in qualifying.
There's that over jump, not hitting it at all. Still able to actually hit the ramp, which is amazing.
Yeah. Always an incident-filled race. We didn't expect a roof to blow off and hold proceedings like it did today, perhaps. But we are back in business now. And we go to the top for a man who was the 2024 Enduro World Champion, Alex Rudeau. He's been over here actually a couple of weeks training, getting timing on the stairs, taking the street racing more and more seriously, and you can't ignore a man of this rider's caliber, can you?
No, and I mean, he actually had a similar run to Tomas Slavik, you know, lost a decent amount of time at the top, and then from the end of the key section down, an amazing run.
We've lost, he's out the house already. I thought he was having a little lie down in there. So Rudeau down towards this garage gap.
That's good. That's good. That's a good split for him at the top.
So less than a second off. That's right. Because he is on an enduro bike. Less travel. It will pedal faster at the bottom. He snuck in there around that railing.
Really pushed it into this key section.
He did, yeah. And look at him just timing these up where he can. Oh, can you imagine how physical that is? All those compressions, gaps there. So super smooth down there. Was it fast? Yes. It was 0.66 off, so not too bad.
So losing a decent amount of time in that technical bit, but this is always going to be the trade-off on these smaller bikes. From here down is where Alex really needs to push it.
Yeah, overjump there a little bit, won't have mattered too much. 1.8 then to try and find now. Oh, it's going to take heroic effort. You might need a DeLorean to close down a time gap like that, I don't know. But here he comes, pedaling hard in, going to carry good speed into this key section, yeah. Into this MotoGP section, excuse me.
Right on the edge. Really low!
He doesn't hold on to it, he goes down! Oh, the shark fin takes another rider out. Medic's running, he looks to be okay.
And that was exactly what we talked about earlier, trying to go as low as he possibly could, spit him out a little bit wild, couldn't kind of get back vertical before he landed. We'll take another look at that shark fin.
The compression and then the unload of the suspension as you leave the lip is a lot to deal with.
Yeah, exactly. Right before. And I think as a rider, you kind of know where you need to push and where you're good. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And I think a lot of the time when you know you have a section or a sector that is, you know, not your strength, then you really try to push harder on the sectors you're good at.
I mean, he did everything right, really. I don't think he risked it all at the top, but yeah, he was in touch.
And it's good to see, again, like you said, a previous Enduro World Champion. I think these Valparaiso Cerro Abajo events are the events that kind of is the, I guess, the meeting of all of the other disciplines of mountain biking.
And it's so difficult, Elliot, just to gauge how hard to push in those flat turns. There's nothing to bounce off, really.
Yeah.
And as we've all seen, once it starts sliding, it looks actually impossible to recover, doesn't it?
Look how low you could tell it just like spit him out.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to kind of get back onto the top of the bike. Weight kind of went to the back in the middle of the turn.
Taking chances where he needed to, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 5 riders left to drop then. And this next rider, the last Chilean rider to drop as we look at the standings so far. This is a massive, massive afternoon, not just for this man, but for every fan here, I think, as well.
Yeah.
They're super passionate about this sport here. Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo, the oldest street race in the world. And it's been a while, 4 years, since we saw a Chilean winner here.
Yeah. The top 3, got Lucas Borba, really fast on that downhill bike. And I just love that little hop he did. It's Tomas Slavik. I mean, this was one of his fastest sections to me, actually. I mean, able to just continually pedal down that, and you have to time where your pedals are going to be at the bottom, because if you don't, you're going to hit them on the top of the stairs. And that was the difference between him and Alex really staying onto the top of it. Watch this.
That is how you exit the stairs. That is on the edge.
I love it that he didn't even, he was comfortable. He didn't think anything of it. He didn't panic.
Okay, well, let's go down to Laura, who was with the man we just saw.
Gabriel, you were laughing just watching you going on this track. Amazing. What a run. What were you thinking?
Oh, thank you. It was a good run. I'm riding very well all the weekend. I'm feeling so good here. And yeah, I'm very proud of my run, and I'm so happy to do that.
Take us through to your run, because we saw you in the first part. You were the fastest, and you had a huge advantage already that you could keep until almost the finish. So take us through, how was it for you?
I already raced here, and I knew that in the bottom part it was not my best, and I pushed hard in the top part that I know that I'm riding well, and I try to push everything in the bottom to maintain the time, and it works, and I'm so happy.
Thank you. Thank you for the fireworks. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Vamos Brasil!
It feels so incredibly good to do a run like that as a rider.
Yeah.
To know that you were on the absolute limit.
You got away with it.
Yeah.
Those are the days you live for.
Oh, it is,
they might only come once or twice in an entire career.
Yeah. You're always either on either side of that run.
That's right. Absolutely. Yep. So 5 riders left to drop. Holguín will be the last to go. Vieira, Loron, Bernard Kerr, and it's Felipe Agurto next. So let's hear about this man, the local man who drops next. Here he is.
En este Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo 2026 espero llevarme la corona a la casa.
So second the last 2 years. 0.2 actually is about what he's lost by 0.2 of a second. Born between here and Santiago, lives in the capital city. Now this is a massive moment for Felipe Agurto. He wants this so bad, Elliot. And we almost want it for him, I think.
Oh man, perfect out of the gate.
So close, but so far the last 2 years, yeah, good. He's looking nice and composed. He made a big mistake on that turn a year ago. Clean through there now.
Clean, we're saying the same thing. He's clean so far.
And sprinting hard down then towards the stairs. He's going to send the gap, surely, I think, Elliot.
There it is.
Yes, he does. It goes across. 0.2 off, though. Oh, look at the pace of him coming out of there.
Anywhere even close to Giovannini is incredible. Is he going to hop
this?
There
it is. There it is. That was so fast.
So fast.
So he will have gained, we think, around a second with that gap into this lion stairwell. The Valparaiso key section might tell us, is Agurto going to be fastest here? No, but only 39 thousandths off, so it did work for him, I would say.
This is, look at how composed he is. We knew that Giovannini had an incredible top, and Felipe, I've always said, look at that.
Landed nearly flat, he went super deep off there. That won't do his speed any good now. Lose a little bit of drive, 0.5 off only, though. He's still in touch, Elliot.
New team, new bike for 2026. Riding really well, had a couple of crashes this morning, so he really has to dig deep. He really has to mentally lock in for this run.
And he is still in touch, holds it tight in there, I thought. Oh. There you go, cleanly off the shark fin, and now he attacks, all out. Sprints hard down this street.
Gets a good tuck.
And they're chanting his name down the track. It must be incredible for him.
The feeling, the pressure, tight on the inside there.
He looks good, it's neat and tidy. And
that looked good.
Yeah, he got on the pedal super early, so. And now the head's down, he knows what he's got to do, and he's up! Ah, listen to the roar from the crowd!
Oh, come on, Felipe, don't sit down!
56 kilometers an hour nearly. Slavik was 58, goes deep there, lands almost flat. It's only this sprint now to the line for him.
He's got to dig deep. A couple little mistakes, he has to do it. Giovannini had a really good last split.
It's going to be super close then. 57 thousandths was his advantage. Here comes Agurto. He goes fastest. Agurto leads in Chile. 2:17. 1.7! Oh, what a run, Elliot! Incredible stuff from Agurto. Wow! Wow, wow, wow. And he's been in this position before, only to have it taken away from him. 4 riders left at the top, but Agurto has brought this race to life for Chile.
Look at this, watch this. Comes through, boom. Pops it, you can tell inches from the left side, inches from the right. Goes low on the wall ride.
Yeah, he's the first rider we've seen do that.
Look at that,
I
the
know.
traction is incredible. He has a perfect riding style. Tucks the elbow right inside of that telephone pole, holds it really tight around that right-hander.
I'll be honest, I wondered if he was carrying enough speed in, but he was on the gas so early out as well.
He was on the gas and he shaved off so much distance everywhere.
Wow.
That's the difference.
Crowd are going wild. I dread to think what'll happen if he actually wins. Good. Whoa. Okay, let's take a moment, because it's Bernard Kerr now. A brilliant qualifier for this man as well.
Bernard Kerr from Great Britain.
A 3-time Red Bull Hardline winner. 4th, actually. A Red Bull Hardline Tasmania just a week ago. That was in the forests of Tasmania. This is a very different proposition. But Bernard will go if he's had a good quali.
Oh, no! Right out of the gate, just clips his pedal.
It's over, I think. He'll be doing well to recover that now. Oh, what a shame for BK.
2 years in a row, right at the top, making a couple mistakes.
Yeah, he unclipped last year just before the house exit. Well, charging on regardless. Rides through that gap. I don't think he's fancied it all week. 1.7 off. Oh, not too bad with a big, big mistake.
Yeah, we expected him to kind of chill a little bit in this top section. Not nearly as willing to take the risk in this key section, but he had the fastest time down through the MotoGP section in qualifying. So
he did, yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely in touch.
Yeah, he is, only losing less than half a second there.
You can kind of see it go through his mind, you know, what do I do after that run? Holds it really tight through there, lands at the top, gets the full landing.
Whoa. So 3 seconds off for Bernard Kerr, then a split 2. I'm still actually reeling from Agurto's run, if I'm honest. It was, I mean, I'd like to see him take it this afternoon. That would be unbelievable for this country. It really would.
And let's see what Bernard does through this MotoGP section. I think he was kind of priding himself on how good he was riding it, holding really tight, perfect kind of braking, easy on the bike. Right on the edge of traction.
Trying to let it flow and roll through these turns. Doesn't go into the dirt there. Yeah. Burying himself now. Oh, pulls it back. 1.8 off though. There is time on this track. There is time left on this track. That's for sure.
And that's what he was talking about. The whole in practice, in qualifying, really just braking perfectly, braking right where he needed to, holding it tight. He's been trained really hard. You see how much power he's putting into the pedals.
Yeah. Didn't work out for him today, but Bernard still very much on the pace. He goes fourth, just 1.6 off. Impressive when he went 3 seconds back at one point.
That's right.
3 riders left to drop here. Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo.
Look at his right foot. Boom.
Oh.
Which is incredible how tight it is. How is your pedal outside of where your handlebars are? Just how tight these doors are, these door frames. Not something that you would ever imagine happening, not something you're ready for as a rider.
No. Everything's a little unexpected, a little different around a street race. Everything, from practice to the event itself. It's a, yeah. Well, 3 riders left to drop them. Adrien Loron, Roger Vieira, the last to drop will be Sebastián Holguín, but this is one of the big danger men. He has been absolutely charging in practice, armed with a downhill bike this year as well. Let's see what Adrien Loron can do.
I have never seen Adrien Loron more locked in, won it as badly as he does today.
No, I haven't either, exactly that. And he is dangerous when he's in that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
Look at how hard he's trying to pedal everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yep, everywhere. the body taut as he tries to fire that bike forwards. Oh, into this huge stair section now.
Hops it.
Yeah, he
oh!
went. No way! Oh my goodness! And he's just 0.16 off then a split number one. Nothing then.
Is he going to hop it?
Loron. No, he doesn't.
Hops to not.
But he did pre-jump down. Didn't look too bad at all. In this key section now then. Giovannini still the fastest here. Oh, Loron comes out. Loron goes fastest in the key section then.
And you could tell by the in, he's just pumping into all of those little downsides. And I'll tell you what, he had the fastest split.
Is it going to be green now? It's coming up now. What's it going to be for Loron? It is. 0.23 up then.
And he had the fastest split from that bottom section down in the MotoGP. After that MotoGP, sorry.
I mean, like Slavik, he is the complete package. So much power there as well when it comes to the pedaling. Looking good on these high-speed sections. Yeah, immaculate then for Adrien Loron.
Just floating down the track.
Never won one of these races since it's been a series. Took the win back in 22, actually, at Red Bull Monserrate.
So much speed. Let's see if he can hold these tight turns. Slides out a little bit. I think that's exactly what he wanted to do, though.
Out inside that curb, fourth of round one, so a big result here would help him in the overall as well, and it's over a second into the green now. Oh, is it Goethe's dream about to be ended again? 56.5 kilometers an hour. Plenty of speed there, hard on the brakes there, Elliot.
This is Adrien Loron at his best.
It's been really calculated, really smooth.
This. Perfect downsides on all this, pedaling as fast as he can, actually shifting down so he can get a couple more pedals right at the end.
So here comes Adrien Loron down to the line. Is it going to be fastest? Yes, it is. Loron takes the lead. 1.5 up. I didn't think we would see that come down by a margin like that. Unbelievable from the Frenchman.
We knew that there was a possibility to put both of these runs together. A Giovannini at the top and an Agurto at the bottom. Adrien Loron just did that plus more.
And Chile's chances of winning a day have disappeared. And Adrien Loron knows that was a good one. Look at him.
Look at
Dude, this is insane. He just bounced. I can't believe that was absolutely nuts.
That flat is just a little bit kind of in an awkward spot where your suspension doesn't uncompress quick enough. And so you always get a kick if you're going that fast. But watch his back end there. Look at how did you see? He got to the front of the bike. He felt the back tire going out, moves up to the front of the bike. That is incredible body and bike awareness.
Doing that at that speed.
Wow.
In that moment.
If he wouldn't have done that, back end would have had too much weight on it and would have come right around on him.
Living on the edge, baby.
Yeah.
That was absolute perfection from Adrien Loron. Yep.
See the devastation.
And you gotta feel for Felipe. Another year goes by for the Chilean. 2 riders left at the top. I think maybe he's saying he's had some sleep this week because he's been away from the newborn. Okay, well, here is your series leader.
My name is Vieira and I'm from Brazil. First round in Genova, I was the winner and I had an incredible run, no mistakes, the run of my life, and I came up on top. Now in Valparaiso, the most traditional urban race in the world. Super happy to be here. It's my second time here, so I did great last year. Hopefully we do another amazing run out here and come up on top again.
Well, a massive moment for this man then, taking the win at round 1 in Italy. Can he capitalise on that today? A great qualifier for him. Actually, a big accident last night. Really cut his finger open, but he's put that behind him. And Vieira wants this, I think, Elliot.
Yeah, and he cut that finger open on this gap at the top. So we will know what kind of mindset and mental kind of area he's in if he goes for this.
And now we're at the sharp end. I think you may have to do this, right? You've got to do it, and he's carrying plenty of speed in there as well.
Oh!
He went 0.3 up, 3.9 up, no, 0.4 up. I don't think he sent it, did he?
He sent it. He was just going so fast he didn't even have to pull. He's going to hop
another
this
gap. He does it again. Oh, Vieira doing both the big gaps at the top of this track. track and doing it perfectly then.
He said, if I want to win, I have to do both of these.
Another gap there, he times up. So let's see what Vieira's done. And he goes fastest in the key section. Vieira is delivering here this afternoon.
Can he do what Adrien Loron did at the bottom? That is the question.
Whoa.
Executed the top perfect.
Plenty of strength in those legs though for Vieira as well. 0.64 off though. Wow. So losing some time despite being quickest in that key section.
That's right. I mean, I'm sure he's been talking to Bernard Kerr about the bottom section, what you do. They've been practicing together. He knows what to do, but can he execute it?
He has got to let it roll now. He's got to take some...
Oh!
He's gone down! Vieira goes down! Oh, he's up. Thank goodness for that. Roger is back on his bike already.
Another rider. He tried to set up all the way into the curb. Ended up coming in high, tried to go low, got a buck, and went a little bit too low and cased it.
Those shark fins cause so many issues for the riders. Glad to see Vieira straight back to his feet, using the dirt there. Going to be interested in the overall now.
Very much so.
Wow, 8.7 off for Roger Vieira.
I mean, I think that this is a mental win for him. I mean, to execute both of those drops, huge crashes.
Fair play to him. You're absolutely right up there. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, he
has elevated
definitely
as a rider in street mud, dirt.
Yeah, he comes here to win.
Yep.
Like that. You talked to him, the way he was studying, everything that he was doing was to win this race. And at the top of the track, it looked like he had a chance.
A nod of the head, he knows. So Roger Vieira, not the best day at the office for the series leader.
GoPro.
We go back to that dog on the track. We do go back to Genoa next, where he won. So he's got that at least in the back of his mind.
So you
have a
see
look
him come
at
up high, and then try to go low at the end. But again, like you see the riders getting pushed back, and you need to be kind of in the middle of the bike to get that control, to be able to kind of whip and turn the bike back up the straight. But you're just trying to go so fast, you're hitting that stuff faster than you have. Roger wants it. He's got another couple of races.
And there's the man about to drop, Sebastián Holguín. 3 times second in Red Bull Cerro Abajo races. Here he is.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I have been training a lot for this race. It always is a cool race, a really, really hard one. So I'm really looking forward to it. I have been looking at the track and I have been taking everything just perfect to be able to push my bike all the way down and be as fast as I can. So I'm really going to enjoy that day. And yeah, I'm just going to have fun.
Well, a massive moment then for the Colombian. Wampa Vélez has never won here in Valparaiso. The only man from Colombia that has was Marcelo Gutierrez back in 2013. Can Holguín deliver? We know he's got the speed. We know he's got the skills. But one run down here, it's going to take everything he's got, I think, to beat Adrien Loron.
You watch this guy ride, and it is incredible. The skill, the stillness that he has on the bike.
Yeah.
Fast around that inside already.
Keeps it low out of the house. And straight now into the stairs then. It's going to send the gap for sure. Sebastián Holguín knows he needs it. So clean. Oh my God, he's up by a second. I can't believe how quick he came out there.
This guy is incredible.
There's the second gap. There's the Vélez gap as well.
Look at that, hopping just perfectly, landing right at there, cases him on purpose to navigate his speed, to control his speed.
And is he going to be the fastest? Surely. Yes, he is. So Holguín goes quickest in the key section now.
Rests his hands, goes slow on the wall ride.
And it was nearly a second advantage of split number 1. Loron's 103 coming up now. Let's see what Sebastián Holguín has done. Hard on the pedals again. And he's still fastest. Loses half a second though. It's surprising. 0.4 into the green for him.
And he chilled a little bit in his qualifier. I'm not sure what he has. Slides out a little bit coming into this part.
Well, but now he's going to have to go. Needs to get this shark fin absolutely right.
Crashed here before.
Yes, that's right.
Goes high.
Perfect.
A little bit safe. Good.
And he caught that backside absolutely perfectly. Off the brakes now, he's got to take some chances, I believe, through these corners.
Tucks his knees, gets the arrow position.
Heart rate coming back down for that big sprint, hopefully for him now as well. Maybe resting a little bit into the day. Goes, not the quickest off there.
We haven't seen this line pay off. What's it going to do for Sebastián?
1.6 up. My goodness me, Holguín.
How did he do that?
55.6 kilometers an hour then. Oh, he's got some time to play with.
Perfect. That's perfect over the shark fin.
So Holguín now, oh, big case there coming out there.
He's got to dig deep.
He has, because that one took a little bit of speed from him. He's tucking. Holguín looks exhausted. What's it gonna be then? Holguín to the line, and he goes fastest. Look at the time. Holguín wins Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo. Incredible day for Colombia. Oh, he's done it. Wow, wow, wow. Incredible.